Welcome everybody to the Studio 360 VR video podcast here at Adobe Max. I'm here with Steve and you are with LaCie.
That's right.
Yep.
I'm LaCie's Creative Pro sales expert.
And I pronounced it right? LaCie.
LaCie, it's
LaCie,
French for the company.
The company, okay,
yes.
Sounds good. So, we're all about 360. We're shooting with 360 here, and 360 footage requires a lot of hard drive space.
Yes.
We're just shooting with a 2-camera rig, but people shoot with 10-camera rigs, right? So that's a lot of footage.
Yes.
That translates to a lot of storage space we need. So let's start with, from that perspective, what speeds are we looking that we need to speed up the downloading and rendering process? What do you recommend?
So if you're working with 4K and you're working with virtual reality, you're going to want at least, in my opinion, 2,000 megabytes per second.
Okay.
That's going to give you enough speed to ingest a couple cameras at 4K resolution live for you.
I see.
We do have a product that does that now, and what that is for us is our new 12-big Thunderbolt 3 product with USB C. This goes up to 120 terabytes, and in RAID 0, it will do 2,600 megabytes per second for you.
Okay.
But in RAID 6, where you'd have 2 redundant hard drives in it, it still does over 2,200 megabytes per second.
Okay.
So you got multiple streams ingesting with redundancy.
Now, do you recommend SSDs over hard drives, or?
Well, so that really boils down to what it is that you're trying to accomplish. In a scenario like this, no, SSDs aren't going to achieve you anything. This is going at the max bandwidth that you're going to get,
I see.
and you're getting way more capacity per dollar.
Per the dollar, right,
Yeah,
SSDs. Yeah. So when do you recommend SSDs versus a hard drive?
Well, an SSD, I recommend it when you either need a smaller package or if you wanted something like this. We happen to have this product here. This is our LaCie Bolt 3. This is a 2 terabyte PCIe SSD.
Okay.
It is daisy chainable and it's Thunderbolt 3. What it does for you is it gives you 2,800 megabytes per second right out of the box. That's
What's
maxed
the cost
out.
of that? What's something like that cost?
$1,999.
I see, and it's through Thunderbolt 3, you said?
That's correct.
It works on Mac and PCs.
That's
Mac
correct.
And Windows.
Anybody with the Thunderbolt 3 connection can take advantage of it.
Let's talk about connections. So
Yes.
you've got Thunderbolt, you have Thunderbolt 2, you were telling me 3, 3.8, 3.8.
It's
so
a
tell
mild
us about
mess
that.
right now.
So what do we need to know as creators?
Yes, so
about
right
that?
now you've got what is called USB 3. You're used to that. It's your 5 gigabits per second.
Right.
We've introduced the new USB C cable now. You see that around. So what's going on is we're going into a transition of that. There's USB C, okay?
Right.
And what that does is it gives you just that new connection type and the standard 5 gigabits per second USB 3 connection. Now there's also what's called USB 3.1. USB 3.1 is the new standard of USB-C that will give you 10 gigabits per second.
So it's USB-C, but faster.
Exactly.
With 10 gigabits.
With 10 gigabits. Then there's also USB 3.2.
Okay.
That's going to be the same USB 3 speeds, USB-C 10 gigabits per second speed, but it also can deliver 100 watts of power over it.
Got it.
Okay?
So that's where you can charge your computer with.
Yeah, so that allows
That's why
you to do things.
the new Mac is a USB-C, but you can also use it as a charger.
Exactly.
Got it.
And then there's
But wait,
also,
there's more.
There's more. There's also USB 3.3.
Yeah.
Which is really Thunderbolt 3. So Thunderbolt 3 has the exact same connection type as your USB-C.
10 gigabits, 100 watts.
Yep, and Thunderbolt 3's 40 gigabits per second in there.
So you're going up to 40.
Yes.
But it's Thunderbolt versus, so you need to get a Thunderbolt approved drive.
Product. Yeah.
Product.
Yes.
Versus a USB-C approved product.
That's correct. So what you're going to see in the future.
Why do we have Thunderbolt and USB-C even though they both use the same plug? Why do we have that? Why can't it just be Thunderbolt? Or is this a matter of it's like an Apple versus Intel or whoever made them?
No. This is actually the supposedly cable to end all cables is what's going on.
Right. Are they cable to bring in more converters? No, never mind.
That too. But no. So what you're seeing here is it's not a Mac or a PC thing. The reason you have Thunderbolt 3 is because Thunderbolt 3 and the Thunderbolt technology itself, we know can do 100 gigabits per second.
Okay.
We're slowly rolling that out because there's other bottlenecks in the system. CPUs, hard
Got it.
drives, SSDs. We rolled it out today, nothing could take advantage of that speed.
Okay.
So we're rolling it out as technology advances.
Right.
USB, on the other hand, including USB C, we know we've maxed it out at 10 gigabits per second.
Right.
It's done. It's as fast as it's going to go.
Okay.
And in a 4K world, that's not fast enough.
So you're saying really in the future, ultimately, it's all going to end up being a Thunderbolt 3 or 4, whatever new version,
Yep.
with a USB plug style.
Yeah, and that
That's
USB
really what we're going to end up with.
Yeah, yep, exactly.
Okay, that makes sense. That
Yes.
makes sense. So that clears up a lot. So you understand what to get. So we're in this weird transition period where do we buy a Thunderbolt drive? But does the computer support that, even though it's a USB-C connector?
Now, actually right now is a great time to buy a Thunderbolt 3 product
Okay.
versus any existing Thunderbolt 2 products. And the reason is because while you may have a computer out there that's Thunderbolt 2 today,
Yeah.
you're gonna buy a computer at some point in the future that's Thunderbolt 3. With a Thunderbolt 3 product like ours, you can take your Thunderbolt 3, you can buy a simple $50 adapter from Apple. It will make that Thunderbolt 3 be able to connect to a Thunderbolt 2 computer for you.
Right.
So if you're gonna buy a storage, buying the Thunderbolt 3 right now future-proofs your investment moving forward for you.
That makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense. Okay. And supposedly that connector won't change for Thunderbolt 4, 5, and 6.
Supposedly.
Unless we need to sell more converting cables.
Remember, this is supposed to be the cable to end all cables. It's reversible, it's thin.
The future is not selling iPhones or any of that kind of, the future's selling converting cables.
That's correct.
That's where you make the
Yes,
money.
yes, big
All
margin.
right. So Steve, if people want to find out more about LaCie, where do they go?
Yeah, so you can find out more about LaCie at our website, LaCie.com, and you can also visit our parent company's website, Seagate.com.
Excellent.
Okay?
Thank you very much. Good to meet you.
Thank you very much. Yes, great to meet
Perfect.
you. Cheers.